Hello everyone. Let me explain you about campus automations at VNRVJIET. ఏంటి ఇది అంటే కాలేజ్లో most of you basically prepare projects based upon the academic interest, but that will not make you successful people towards the startups. So a startup awareness build చేయడానికి we are bringing this new initiative so that you can build products in the campus and gradually make them as a startups, and you'll basically build up that startup mentality. దీంట్లో ప్రైమరీగా 8 stages ఉన్నాయి. The first 4 stages are towards idea cracking, in which you have to identify very clear problem and do the user surveys to understand, to ensure that you have understood the problem very clearly. ఇక్కడ in-person interviews చేయాల్సి ఉంటుంది, ఆన్లైన్ సర్వేస్ చేయాల్సి ఉంటుంది, both are mandatory. And finally mocks and UX screens తయారు చేసి దీంట్లో యూజర్ ఫీడ్బ్యాక్ తీసుకొని, once the user feedbacks are all looking good, then you will finalize that UX screens as your first prototype and do a final presentation. And if your problem understanding is good, surveys are looking clear, and the prototype is looking very promising, then you will receive a seed fund of 2,000 rupees and of course a certificate also for all of your team members. Next 4 stages are towards solution cracking. This is where you actually implement that solution. And దీనికోసం మీరు మీ టెక్నికల్ డిజైన్ యూ షుడ్ బేసికలీ ప్రెజెంట్ దట్ వన్ అండ్ బిల్డ్ యువర్ ఫస్ట్ MVP. ఆ MVP ప్రాపర్గా కనుక ఉంటే then you can show that MVP to your users and gather the feedback and polish your product such that people will be ready to use that product. And finally level 3 is about launching the product and make sure people use your product for 2 weeks, right? That's we call as a dry run. And idantha kuda proper ga ganaka jarigi, if you have fixed all the issues that have come up in the dry run, then you will do the final presentation and you will sell your product to the college up to 8,000 rupees. Okay, each 8 stages dwara you will basically make sure that you have actually built a product in the campus which will be useful for the campus, right? And in parallel you are actually building things in a startup style manner, right? So ikkadto ayipoyinda ante no, we want to encourage you even to go further also by giving you space in VJ Hub so that you can build the product full time, right? And you can ask money up to 1 lakh as a seed fund. And you have to showcase very clearly saying that your product has been already used in the campus for 2 months and all the feedback has been addressed. And you have a clear plan to improve that product in the campus as well as expand it outside the campus also. So this is about going beyond our campus. And the next stage is up to 4 lakhs you can actually ask for the seed fund and you can become a formal startup. But for this one, your product should have been already used successfully for in 2 external locations outside the campus, and all the feedback should be positive, and the revenue generation scope should actually clear ga undali. And of course we'll be there to guide you towards that one. And the product can be launched as a public product outside, right? And then you are actually selling this product outside so that anybody can download your product and use that one, right? But then కొన్ని terms and conditions kuda unnai. Once you get started with the product identification or the problem identification, weekly you need to give updates either through email, WhatsApp, offline meetings for the final presentations, right? And this ensures that you are constantly communicating with us. And finally, in case if anybody could not continue for whatever reasons or fail to give us updates for more than 4 weeks, you'll be considered as drop-offs, and whatever you have worked so far can be showcased to others such that those people can pick up the work from there onwards. Okay, so this is about the terms about giving constant updates and dropping off also. To promote you in terms of gaining so many problems that are in the campus, రెండు ఈవెంట్స్ కాలేజ్లో కండక్ట్ చేస్తాం, విచ్ ఇస్ ప్రాబ్లమ్ హంట్ అండ్ ఐడియా జామ్స్. యాజ్ ద నేమ్ సజెస్ట్, ఎనీబడి కెన్ పార్టిసిపేట్ ఇన్ దిస్ వన్. Identify all the problems that they experience in the campus and get them documented. Other people can upvote them. Similarly, idea jam lo people can come up with ideas, and most feasible and effective ideas will be noted down, right? This whole data will be given accessible to everybody, so people will have access towards what all problems have been identified for the campus, how many solutions have been thought through so far. But so far this will not be considered for your startup journey, right? This is a casual promotional aspects that we try to do in the campus. But the teams, once they form, saying like, yes, sir, we want to pick up this problem and we're trying to solve in this solution, in this particular way of solution, then the teams will be encouraged, and all these teams will be listed to the entire college, saying like, these are the teams who are working on these problems, and your progress will be shown, like, out of the 8 stages, how many you have completed. And overall, campus innovation is a great opportunity for you to think like startups, and gradually you can start with the campus products first, but gradually you can build the real world products, and eventually you will become startups, right? That is our aspiration and encouragement towards for you. We wish you all the best.